Angry youths of the All Progressive Congress in Benue State have taken over the road leading to the secretariat of the Austin Agada-led faction of the party in Makurdi, the state capital. The aggrieved youths who are protesting against the continued existence of the factional leadership of the party, led by Agada, diverted vehicles and motorbikes to the Atiku Abubakar Way and Kashim Ibrahim Road. Repair work on the damaged portion of the road forced motorists to use one lane of the dual carriage road and further impeded vehicular movement around the secretariat. The youths were not deterred by the presence of security personnel who were at the entrance of the deserted secretariat. They vowed not to allow any member of the faction access to the secretariat, insisting that the action of the faction was undermining Governor Hyacinth earlier. Their action was sequel to a state executive committee meeting called by the Austin Agada-led faction and slated for Thursday at the secretariat. Governor Hyacinth earlier in a statement Thursday by his chief press secretary, Teso Kula, denied knowledge of the APC SEC meeting and cautioned those calling for the meeting. While calling off the said meeting, the governor said, "The last time I checked, I am still the APC leader in the state. No APC meeting can be summoned without my knowledge. Not just that, as the chief security officer in the state, I should know when a legitimate gathering is supposed to hold. Nigeria is not a lawless state, and so is Benue State. Those who think they can undermine the authority of the state must know this and know peace." Rivers, Benue State. Still on APC matters. What do you have to say?
You know, you know why I'm laughing?
Why?
A ruling party is trying to self-implode if certain things are not put right. Not everything is politics. Certain times we should do things that are right. When I mean things that are right, I'm talking about following due processes that we create. You know, Nigerians' problem is that we have strong men and not strong institutions. If our institutions are strong and are up and doing, certain things that people do and get away with, they will not. A governor is presumed, though I don't know whether it's in the constitution, a governor is presumed to be the leader of the party in the state.
Probably an honorary position. I've asked several politicians on my show.
No, he's not in the constitution.
In the constitution, the governor is not the leader.
But in practice,
that's what is obtainable.
That is what is obtainable, and that is what it has been. You know, because he doesn't favor some persons, today they are now saying he's no longer governors are no longer party chairman. When some of them were holding sway, they enjoyed the euphoria of governance and leadership of the party and all that. Now, honorarily or in workings, if the governor is actually the leader of the party, I think there is no way you will do a state executive council meeting without informing the governor. In fact, if you from the last story we talked on, the deputy national chairman said that they will hold a NEC meeting, and that it will be based on the approval of Mr. President.
They are waiting for the
They are waiting for the approval of the president
for the NEC meeting to hold, scheduled for September.
Now, if that is the case, shouldn't be the same in the state, because it's the same party, it's the same organ,
and that's the highest ranking
officer in the state. So if you're doing that to Mr. President to give you approval before you go ahead with your NEC meeting in the state, it should also be the same. It should follow the same pattern. You need to seek the approval of Mr. Governor.
It should be in the know.
Approval. I'm throwing their national deputy secretary's the modus operandi he gave. If that is the case, you should also confer with the state governor to give you approval before SEC meeting. But in the case of Benue, I don't think that was done. Because if it was done, the governor wouldn't have come out to say that no meeting should hold. I believe that there is a factional, there are factional leadership in APC in Benue State. And no sane man that is not in the fashion of the governor will want to inform him of any meeting. I think what the national need to do is to harmonize the leadership of APC in Benue State so that they can have a formidable house and face the opposition. Going this route will rather divide the party further than uniting the party. Youth protesting, there's no way a governor has followership, massive followership. If not, he will not be elected as governor. And if his followers feel that his powers are undermined, they will definitely react. You know, let me deviate a little. The only difference between Rivers and Benue is that the governor himself is a peaceful man, and he has restrained his followers from reacting.
So is Benue State governor not peaceful?
He may be, but not at the same level. Not at the same level.
Okay.
You know, if what has happened in Rivers State is quarter of what...
aside from the factional leadership in APC Benue State, the governor has also had challenges from part also between him and Otom as well. When you look at
not Otom. Otom is not his party man. He has power with George Akume.
Sorry, George Akume. SGF.
Yeah, SGF.
Thank you very much.
What has happened in Benue compared to Rivers State? Benue is child's play. Has he been threatened to be impeached? No. It's a child's play. But you know, the governor of Rivers State has restrained himself and has been keeping that peaceful.
The political ongoings in Rivers State is completely different.
That's what I'm saying.
It's what is obtainable in Rivers State is actually not obtainable in Benue State.
Yes.
They are two very different scenarios. Completely different.
No, they are not different scenarios. Both of them say they are in the same party. The person that is fighting the governor is in the same party with him.
The circumstances surrounding the political issues
it's all about
Rivers State. It's all not about what is obtainable.
No, it's all about it's all about I want to be in charge.
Is Governor Hyacinth earlier having issues with the legislative arm of the Benue State House of Assembly?
Is the governor having a problem? Is the Rivers State governor? Sorry,
we are not delving in Rivers State. I wouldn't want you to.
Is the Rivers State governor actually having issues with the House of Assembly, or is being fueled by one person? Please, let's not. You
are the one that is.
Let's not go there. I'm just saying that in Rivers State, the governor has taken a peaceful disposition. Okay. There has been no protest from his men.
All right.
While in Benue, young men are on the street protesting. You know, you cannot want to cut. It's only a tree that you tell the tree that I want to cut you, and the tree will wait for you there till the next day you come and cut it down. But you cannot tell a human being that I want to bring you down or I want to undermine you, and he will just sit down and look at you. I think that's what is playing out in Benue State. The governor, whether you like it or not, if even he doesn't instruct his people, once they see his body language that he's not comfortable with the meeting, definitely some of his followers will do busybody. You know, in
order to get into his
yes, in politics, people do that a lot. Eye service. So I think the solution to the Benue problem is for the national to wade in and bring the two warring factions together so that they can drive the process. If that is not done, I doubt, because they've tried this before to hold a SEC meeting, it didn't work. This is second or third time it hasn't worked. They are trying. A house divided among itself can definitely not stand. So they should look for means to unite the
Now talking about reconciliation, one would wonder at probably the APC silence, protracted silence in the crisis going on in Benue State, because when you look at Edo State, probably because Edo State is in its election season, but when you look at Edo State after the primaries by APC, you know the fallout of the primaries. There were issues among the candidates, but APC was very quickly, they were able to constitute a committee, reconciliation committee, arbitrated between both parties. They were able to bring them together. One became the governor, the Guba candidate, and the other one became a running mate. And to a large extent, they've been very cohesive, marching into the Edo State governorship election. It is still the same APC, and they were able to be proactive in the case of Edo State. Why is it different in other states? For example, Benue State. Do you see the influence of the national negatively in the political conundrum in Benue State?
Different strokes for different folks.
Interesting.
The Bible says that where your treasure is, there your heart is also. I think they want to win Edo by all means.
So they are focusing on
Edo for now. I'm not in their mind. I'm not a prophet.
Just assuming.
I'm just assuming. And also, the players within the cycle, who can they influence within the party, also definitely most times plays its role. Benue has a governor, and if the governor is not in their slate or is not in their good books, definitely they will want him to struggle. You get me?
But doesn't that, at the end of the day, doesn't that balkanize the party? Doesn't that?
But I've said it.
Because if you recall, it was the same crisis in PDP Benue State that actually gave that lacuna for High Centralia to emerge from the APC.
I've said it earlier.
Are they not falling into the same trap that hit PDP?
I've said it earlier. The best thing for the national or the leaders of APC, the best thing they should do now is to see to the unity of the party, because if they don't unify the party, and though maybe they will be thinking elections are far, but if you don't start it now, fire brigade approach will not work. At that point,
a lot of water going
there are certain things that will happen that it becomes very difficult to reconcile.
Just like PDP Benue State.
It becomes very, very difficult to reconcile. In the process of politicking, if you've taken my property, if you've killed my son, if you've killed my daughter, if I abused my wife, if I abused my mother, these are certain things that some persons might not want to reconcile. It becomes personal. So the best thing is for them to quickly, as urgent as possible, to unify, to see to the unification of the party. If not, I'm not a prophet of doom, but it will be very difficult for them in the next elections. I believe the PDP has also learned their lessons in Benue State.
You think so?
I believe. I don't think
they are still warring. They are still warring with each other. And then PDP, though, have set the new CTC committee in PDP Benue State, and they said that within 90 days they should be able to.
And they said within 90 days they will reconcile them.
But then, how possible is that? Because it appears that the wounds.
My sister is someone that is down. He that is down needs fear no fall. Okay. That's a hymn we used to sing, a line in the hymn, Ancient and Modern. I'm a chorister. So they're on the ground. It will be easier for them to reconcile, because
when egos are abused.
No, when egos are abused, I agree, but it will be easier to reconcile a people that someone that was on top suddenly is on the floor. He has tested being on top, and he has enjoyed being on top, so he will easily let go of his ego and reconcile so that they will come back again. My brother Makurdi, go back, so that it's better we are there fighting than we're on the floor. You understand what I'm saying? But those that are in power, because they are jostling for who will be in charge, it will be difficult to reconcile. But there is nothing that is, there's no problem that is unreconcilable. So
depending on the interest of the persons and the persons
the interest of the persons if the persons are malleable to let go.
Do you see Soswan and Autumn coming together after the beat green, the fighting, after the bitterness and the level of resentment?
It's very possible.
We hope for a miracle.
It's not a miracle. It's very possible.
All right.
When interest comes to play, you see politicians give up certain things and move on.
Okay.
They can now say, okay, you hold this side, me hold this side. Let us just
let's find a middle ground.
Middle ground.